Hey everyone, it's Robin from Rose and Lily. In this video, we're going to be making this larger version of the original bag. As you can see, it's a fair bit bigger than the original, but the pattern itself is very similar. First, you'll need some chunky or super chunky plush yarn in a main color for the bag, and then in two colors for the flower. Then you'll need a USG crochet hook or a hook to match the yarn you're using, as well as scissors, a yarn needle, and I always recommend having stitch markers. The stitches you need to know beforehand are single crochet, slip stitch, chain stitch, and increase. If you are making the flower, you will need to know how to do a magic ring, half double crochet, and double crochet. We're going to start at the bottom of the bag and work up. First, make a slip knot and chain 27. Now in the second chain from the hook, we're going to make one single crochet and add a marker to this stitch. Now we do 24 single crochet back along the chain. Now there should be one chain stitch left, and we're going to make 3 single crochet into that same stitch. Now we're going to be working along the underside of the chain, and we're doing 24 single crochet. And into that last chain stitch, we're doing an increase, which is 2 single crochet into the same stitch. Slip stitch back to that first marked single crochet. You can add a marker to the slip stitch as it's the end of the round. In round 2, we're going to start in the stitch after the marked single crochet, and we're doing 24 single crochet. Then we're doing 2 single crochet into each of the next 3 stitches. In other words, we're doing 3 increases. Then 24 single crochet. Now there should be 3 stitches left, and we're going to do 2 single crochet into each of these. Once again, that's 3 increases. In round 3, we start with 24 single crochet. Then we do a single crochet, and then an increase, a single crochet, and an increase, and a single crochet, and then an increase. And now we do 24 single crochet. There should be 6 stitches left in the round, and once again we're doing a single crochet, increase, single crochet, increase, and then a single crochet and an increase. In round 4, we do 24 single crochet, and then 2 single crochet followed by an increase, and we do that 3 times. Then we do all that again, so 24 single crochet, and then 2 single crochet followed by an increase, which we do 3 times. Now we're done with increasing, and we're going to do 18 rounds of just 72 single crochet a round. So that's rounds 5 to 22. And I'll do these rounds off camera. So here's the height after round 22, and you can add more if you want it to be taller. Now we need to make sure we're at the very side of the bag, so you might need to make a few stitches or remove a few stitches to get there. In round 23, we're starting with the straps, and we do 10 single crochet. Chain 20, then we need to skip 16 stitches on the bag. Then we do 20 single crochet on the bag. Chain 20, skip 16 stitches on the bag, and then finish off the round with 10 single crochet. In round 24, we start with 10 single crochet. Then we do 20 single crochet into the chain. Twenty single crochet on the bag, twenty single crochet into the chain, and then 10 single crochet on the bag. Now once again we need to be at the very side of the bag, so you can add a few stitches or remove some if necessary. Now we chain 70 or more for the long strap. You can make it as long as you like. Make sure the strap isn't twisted, and then slip stitch onto the opposite side of the bag. Slip stitch into the next stitch on the bag. Turn the bag like so. Slip stitch all the way back along the chain. And here's the last slip stitch on the chain. Then slip stitch into the next stitch on the bag. Then cut the yarn, leaving a short tail to weave in. I first like to take that tail and just insert it into the next stitch like so. and then weave in. Then turn the bag inside out and weave in the starting tail. Now, because this flower is exactly the same as that of the small bag, I've included the same flower tutorial clip from the previous video. The only difference is I used pink for the petals and white for the center. Start with the color you've chosen for the petals, and we're going to make a slip knot and chain 3. Then slip stitch back to the first chain stitch. And now the next round we're going to be working into the middle of the ring here. So we chain 2, and this counts as our first half double crochet, and I'm going to put a marker in this stitch. Then we do 11 more half double crochet into the center of that ring. Then we do a slip stitch to the top of that first chain 2 we did. Then chain 2, and we're going to do 3 double crochet into that same stitch. If you're struggling to get the hook in, just remove the stitch marker. Chain 2, and slip stitch into the next half double crochet at the bottom. That's 1 petal completed. Chain 2, and then 3 double crochet into the next stitch. Chain 2, and slip stitch into the next half double crochet stitch. And we're going to do that all the way around. So chain 2, 3 double crochet in the next stitch, chain 2, and slip stitch in the next stitch. And here's my final petal. And then we slip stitch into the bottom of that first stitch that we made. Now cut the yarn, leaving a bit of a tail for sewing onto the bag later. And I just like to bring that tail around the back and through to the base and tie together with the first tail. I just like to shape the petals like so. Now you can either sew it onto the bag at this point, but I like to make a circle for the center. For the center of the flower, we just do 6 single crochet in a magic ring. I'll link my full tutorial on how I like to do the magic ring at the top of the video. Then pull the ring tight and do a slip stitch back to the first single crochet. Then you can cut the yarn, leaving a bit of a tail. Now we can just sew this onto the center of the flower with a few stitches. I like to take the starting tail from the magic ring and insert that into the center of the flower. Then sew in place using the other tail. Just go back and forth along the outside of the circle. Decide where you want the flower to be on the bag, and I like to place it right in the center. Using one of the tails, secure the base of the flower to the bag with a few stitches. Just do as many stitches as you need for it to be secure. Then simply tie the yarn tails together and cut them short. So once the flower is sewn on, it should look like this. And that is your large bag completed. Thanks so much for watching this tutorial. If you enjoyed it, please like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell. The free written patterns for these bags will be up on my website.